All right, today is new tool day, and that doesn't happen too often here in the shop. I have got a new table saw. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to acquire this new table saw in the time that I was, but I was able to. This is the Grizzly G0899 89901, I think. And it is a quite heavy machine. So let's look at what all comes in.
A new table saw is something I've had in my head as a major step. This was going to make me a real maker. Having this tool was going to unlock all the things that were setting me back. That's a classic take, right? Now, don't get me wrong, I was really struggling with the previous table saw. It was a tradesman model table saw my father-in-law was getting rid of when they were downsizing. And from what I can tell, these saws cost less than $100 at Lowe's 15 years ago. Now, I built the entire router table project using it, including the dados, the shelves, the doors, the whole thing. It has a motor and it spins a blade, and that goes a long way when you're building things. But at some point, it started to wear on me. The aluminum fence and tabletop were so soft, my fingernails would dent it, and the vibration often moved the whole table around when cutting sheet goods. So I knew it was time to get a new saw. In classic me style, it took a long time to decide on which one to buy. I had saved up some money, coupled with working 2 jobs for a little bit, opened up my ability to really solidify on something immediate, so I pulled the trigger. There's always this internal struggle of getting whatever the next best tool or idea or thing is, and I get excited to try new stuff and forget there's actually work involved in making things. So let's get started on the work in the next step of this journey.
here is the saw itself. I think it has to weigh 300 pounds. It's currently configured for 110 voltage out of the box. Maybe in a future video, we'll look at upgrading this to a 220. The second box came with the fence. And then inside the box with the table saw base was a whole plethora of other boxes. So let's start opening those. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but I have a whole stack of stuff here in front of me, a whole stack of stuff here behind me, and I think the two boxes with the outfeed stuff I just left over there because they were extremely heavy. So this looks to be a case, a door that you attach that has probably an access port for the lower section, and it also has the user manual in it. So this would be a good first one to open. So, this has user manual. I'm assuming this is a saw blade. Yes. This is just a standard 42 saw blade here. Alright. Question becomes, where can I set stuff? Because most of my table space is taken up with unopened boxes. And so this is the door hatch that it came with. Whole bunch of hardware for installation. Main and table saw unit. Extension wings, which I think are in the other box. Blade, motor door. Okay, so good so far. Should I check stuff off as I find them? Do we have a main table saw? Correct, check. I'm gonna wait on the extension wings till I verify that's what those are. We got a blade, we got a motor door. Pick this box. Maybe there are some plastic tubing in some of these boxes, so I want to make sure I'm not cutting into any of them. Aha. Speaking of plastic tubing, this box has a bunch in it. This would be the duct hose, the dust hose, and what appear to be components about attaching the hose. I'll this out for further inspection. There is also this is the hose support arm. And so attached to the hose was hose clamps, as I can see. Hose support arm. Just not sure what this little container of goodies is. Okay. On to box number 3. Yes, the miter gauge. I know that I'm in for an exciting experience when even the miter gauge feels heavy duty. I cannot tell you enough about the beginner saw that I've had and feeling like every time I used it, I was deforming it. I was able to make several things on my previous table saws. It was just a stressful time to do. Here's the miter gauge. Everything comes coated in this anti-rust, corrosion grease, I'm assuming. And I will have to clean all that up before I use it. All right, box number 4. Okay, this box has lots of stuff in it. So this, I think, is the dado table insert. This is the dado blades. We also have gotta be checking my stuff off here. Dado table insert. This is the dust port. One of the things I'm excited about for this table saw is it has a lot of dust collection capabilities built right into it, so that when I get my dust collector, which I should be getting soon, it will easily connect right up to this. So this is a dust hose. This is the, what's it called, dust port. See what else we got. Blade guard insert dust port. Arbor wrench, I'm assuming. Okay, we have an arbor. That's what this appears to be. I don't see it on the parts list. Okay. A series of Allen keys for adjustments. A push stick. Dust hose adapters. These look like adjustment knobs of some kind. Oh yeah. Hand wheel handles for the hand wheels themselves. Also quite heavy duty. And hand wheel lock knobs. Handles. Okay. Driving knife, I believe. And then a push stick hanger. Necessary. Let me cross those things off. So I think this mystery bag that I had is hinge pins and the door latch, and then some other nuts and bolts. So I'll cross those off. Hinge pins, door latch. Oh, and then the dado blade arbor flange was this that I found. Didn't see where it was. And the hex wrench set. Okay, down to the last of my pile of boxes right here, and based on my sheet, what I am missing is the blade guard assembly. And that is what it is. Okay, here it all is laid out before us. And then here are the hoses, the engine cover, the hose port cover. And now let's take a look at what's in the box with the fence. So much more straightforward in here. fence components. Fence rails. And a lot of hardware for installing fence rails. And a guide tape, which I guess I'll have to myself. All right, so one of the first steps in assembly is getting the anti-rust coating off of all of the unpainted parts, and a couple coats of WD-40, and then a little bit of rubbing it with some shop towels, and this stuff came right off. Just kind of have to let it sit. I'll show you. I still have the wings to do. I'll show you what that looks like right here. So this is what I still have to do. So that's sort of what it looks like before. Okay, so here it is all put together. And I've had it for about a month. Been able to give it a little bit of a use. So I wanted to quickly show what it looked like all put together. You can see the dust collection will go here, which I have, and I'll show in a separate video, but that all needs to be finished, hooked up, and set up together. These wheels are used for raising the blade, angling the blade, all really solid construction. The surface is extremely solid steel. The fence is really smooth to use. Really heavy duty fence. You can see how wide it is. It has extended out all the way up to 32 inches here. This blade guard has the built-in dust collector, and riving knife is part of it. Show that here. Really enjoying it so far. I've used it for quite a number of things, and I'm excited to get to use it more.